What's up, guys? This is the first ever episode of Day in the Life of a Potter. Meet my kittens, Winter and Rocket. And here's my dog, Milo. First two employees of Rowena Ceramics. But they don't seem to be really working, though. Okay, we gotta cut that out. So the day usually starts with me checking out the reclaimed clay that I set to dry the night before. As you can see here, it's pretty dry, just filling it out. Usually you'll know if it's dry enough when it's no longer got that fully wet texture. It's hardened a bit, but not so much that it's, mushy and wet in your hands. I'll show you how it was the night before. So this is how it was. As you can see, it's all mushy. You definitely cannot play with this clay, mainly because it'll just melt in your hand basically. So yeah, just leave it overnight over some plaster and it should be good. Alright, so now I'm just wedging the clay just so I can eliminate the air bubbles. And then I'll move on and cut it up and get the right weight. Make a bunch of clay balls. That's good enough for a mug. Alright, let's get it in the center. Feels good getting it there. That took a lot of practice. So now what we're doing is coating. It basically helps us center the clay. Centering is the most important part, so if you're new, I would say focus on centering. Put a lot of energy in centering, because if you don't got the foundation correct, everything from shaping to trimming will be out of whack. Sure, you can make it work, but it'll be so much easier if you get it centered perfectly. Alright, so now we've fully centered the clay and we've opened the clay in the middle. And now it's time to pull it up and stretch it. When I first started, this was actually the most difficult part for me, was pulling up, mainly because a mug or whatever it is I was building would break. I just didn't have the feel. And after hundreds of pots and mugs, I'm able to know, when it feels like this, it's gonna break off, or it's too much force, it's too much pressure. So don't get discouraged if you're stuck at the spot. Practice, 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 and tons of failure is the name of the game in pottery. We're gonna talk about that a lot more in vlogs in the future, because I have a lot to say about failure. Alright, so just continuing to pull up. This is usually what you see on people's Instagram and TikToks if you look at pottery vids, this part right here, because it's just the most fun to see, especially when sped up. Alright, so now I'm just trimming excess clay. You want to take care of this as early as possible because it can get in the way later on and push the clay out of balance. I've had it happen tons of times, so I take the time to take it off. Be gone, excess clay. Alright, so now that it's gone, I straighten up the form and make it into a cylinder. And then we're ready to shape. One thing I will say is that it's insane to me that this $3 rib is my favorite one. And I have much more expensive ribs, but this one, it's just, I use it for everything. I don't know, it's just a feel. So don't overlook the inexpensive ribs. Alright, so just shaping it some more. Just compressing the bottom. Gotta get those nice flat bottoms. Love them. Just trim off the top here, even it out. Sometimes this will fly off and it's pretty entertaining to watch, but it didn't happen here. And now I like to add this little curvature at the top. I just like it. It just looks nice. So I'll add that. And because I don't use bats or anything like that, I have to dry it up with a heat gun so that when I take it off, it doesn't break its form. So just heat it up a bit and the clay will dry up and be much easier to take off. Alright, so this is what I was able to create for the day. 9 of them. Pretty happy with it. So I like to end my day off, my dogs, literally my dogs, just chill at the lake. I live beside a very beautiful lake, and right now it's all icy. Just chill and relax, you know? Think about life. Just spend time with them. Life is so short for dogs. It's crazy. Alright, so that was the first episode of Rowena Ceramics. Thank you guys for spending some time with me, and hopefully you guys learned something. I'll see you in the next one.